Hi, I'm Tal Kantor. I'm the director of the short animated film Letter to a Pig. The film is about a Holocaust survivor who reads a thank you letter he wrote to the pig he believed saved his life. Following his testimony in the classroom, a young schoolgirl, Alma, is drifted into a twisted dream where she confronts big questions on her own identity as the boundary between animalism and the extremes of human nature starts to blur. Although making this film took 5 years, its journey actually began 17 years ago with a small drawing I did the morning I woke up from a dream that I didn't want to forget. The film is based on my personal experience as a young schoolgirl, a memorable encounter I had with a Holocaust survivor, and an unforgettable dream I had afterwards. The dream was so powerful and emotional that it stayed with me for so many years and eventually became an urge to create this film.
My first impression of the project is when I met Tal during the Annecy Festival, and I remember that I was swept away by the amazing first images of the graphic development of the film she presented me.
The film technique combines traditional hand-drawn and paint animation on paper with video segments. In the film, I wanted to show a subjective point of view of Alma, how she sees the world, where she puts her attention, and what she remembers. The film is a developing collage of broken memories. The deeper we go into our subconscious, the more complicated and broken it gets. This is why the characters in the film appear fragmented and incomplete, imitating a little bit the mechanism of memory itself. What is the texture of our memories? How does it build? Bits and pieces that we remember from different places that are all combined into one big space of the young generation's subconscious.
I was also particularly drawn to the topic, and of course the question of the duty to remember is essential, especially in the contemporary European political context.
Ever since I was a child, I remember the atmosphere during the Holocaust Memorial Day. In the public school system in Israel, survivors come to share their stories with the students. We grew up year after year in the shadow of these stories, to feel like, in a way, they are our own memories.
זה חוזר עליי בציוטים. את העיניים של החיות האלה. אני יכול לראות גם עכשיו.
What do we do with all these traumatic stories of our ancestors? What do we do with all the pain, the fear? Can we talk about our past traumas without transmitting them to future generations? In this film, I wanted to turn the camera 180 degrees and observe those who listen to those stories quietly in class. To focus on how they react, what do they remember and embrace from those stories.
It's a very difficult subject, but I had absolute confidence in Tal's talent as a director to make it work. In other words, her precedent film was impressive for his mastering.
אז אתה טס חזרה כבר הערב.
תספרי לי מה שלומך, מה איתך עכשיו?
בשביל מה?
There's something magical in animation. It's a medium that combines many languages, such as writing, drawing, dancing. This technique allows me to express the inner emotional world of the characters with a single line and develop a specific visual language for each individual project. As the film was released, I was surprised to discover that people from all over the world connected to it from their own personal experience. I guess the generational gap and past traumas are something we all share, no matter where we are in the world. I wanted the film to offer a different perspective, to observe the way we treat our traumas and past stories, and hopefully change perspective and choose a different path.